The placebo effect is when people experience real changes in their health after receiving a treatment that has no active ingredients, like a sugar pill or a saline injection. It's all about the mind's power. If you believe something will work, your body might respond as if it's actually working. This happens through a few key mechanisms. First, expectations. When you expect a treatment to help, your brain can release chemicals like endorphins, which reduce pain and improve mood. Then there are conditioned responses. If you've taken a real medication before and felt better, your body might react the same way to a placebo simply because you've been conditioned to expect it. And the psychological impact of believing you're getting treatment can lower anxiety, improve your mental state, and even boost your immune system. Examples of this are surprisingly common. People have reported pain relief after taking a placebo pill, purely because they believe it's working. In some cases of depression, placebos have worked as well as antidepressants. Now contrast that with the paradox of choice, the idea that having too many options can actually make us more stressed and less happy. While it may seem like more choices equal more freedom, in reality they can overwhelm us and make decision-making harder. Instead of feeling excited, you might feel frustrated when faced with dozens of cereal brands or endless profiles on dating apps. This happens because our brains can only handle so much information at once. When there are too many choices, we tend to second-guess ourselves and experience regret. Another psychological twist happens in groups, with something known as the bystander effect. This phenomenon describes how people are less likely to help someone in need when others are around. The more people present, the less likely any one person is to take action, even when it's clear help is needed. Picture someone collapsing on a crowded street. Everyone might just look on, each person assuming someone else will step in. This occurs because we often look to others for cues, especially in uncertain situations. If nobody else is acting, we assume it's not serious, or not our responsibility. We also experience the halo effect, where our overall impression of someone influences how we view their specific traits. If someone is attractive or likable, we might assume they're also intelligent, kind, or talented, even if there's no real evidence. This effect plays out in job interviews, classroom grading, and how we view celebrities. Something similar happens when we suddenly start noticing something everywhere. That's the Baader-Meinhof Effect, or frequency illusion. Once you become aware of something new, like a word, a concept, or a product, it seems to pop up everywhere. You might hear a word for the first time, then hear it again multiple times that same week. Or you decide on a car model and now you see it all over the roads. The truth is, those things were always there. Your brain just wasn't tuned into them. This selective attention connects with the mere exposure effect, which is our tendency to grow fonder of things simply because we are exposed to them more often. The more we see or hear something, the more we tend to like it, even if we didn't initially. Maybe a song you disliked grew on you after hearing it repeatedly, or a brand became familiar and comforting just from seeing it often. Familiarity makes things feel safer, easier to process, and more likable. Then there's the Hawthorne Effect, where people change their behavior because they know they're being observed. Just the awareness of being watched can boost effort, increase focus, or alter how we act. This can happen at work, where employees perform better when under observation, or in school, where students try harder if they know the teacher is paying attention. It's a reminder that we often adjust our actions based on how we're perceived. On the topic of behavior, the Peltzman Effect highlights how safety measures can ironically lead to riskier actions. When we feel protected, say by wearing a helmet or seatbelt, we might compensate by being more reckless. For instance, some drivers became more aggressive after seatbelt laws were introduced, believing they were now safer. It's a fascinating example of how perceived safety can give us a false sense of invincibility. Now, stepping into classic psychoanalytic theory, Freud's Oedipus complex suggests that young children experience unconscious feelings of desire for their opposite sex parent and rivalry with their same-sex parent. It's based on the Greek myth of Oedipus, and Freud believed this stage was crucial in shaping adult identity and relationships. A young boy, for example, might feel strongly attached to his mother while viewing his father as competition for her attention. A much more relatable phenomenon is the Diderot Effect, where one purchase sparks a chain reaction of more spending. Buy a new couch, and suddenly your old coffee table or rug doesn't match, so you replace those too. It's all about the feeling of consistency and harmony in our belongings. Speaking of beliefs affecting us, the Nocebo Effect is the darker sibling of the placebo effect. It happens when negative expectations cause real symptoms or side effects, even if the treatment is harmless. If someone tells you a pill might cause headaches, you might start feeling one, just from the expectation. This shows how powerful our minds are at influencing physical health, for better or worse. Another common mental trap is the curse of knowledge, when someone with expertise finds it hard to explain something to a beginner. Experts often forget what it's like not to know what they know, which can make their explanations confusing. A teacher might skip basic steps, or a scientist might use jargon without realizing it's unclear. And then we have the bandwagon effect, where we adopt behaviors or beliefs just because others are doing it. Whether it's a trending TV show, a viral product, or a political view, we often follow the crowd without examining if it truly aligns with our own preferences. Finally, the backfire effect occurs when someone becomes even more entrenched in their beliefs after being shown evidence that contradicts them. Instead of reconsidering, they double down. This is especially common in debates around politics or conspiracy theories. Our brains protect what we already believe, often rejecting anything that threatens those views.